Ladies, live today and let it go. Be here right now. All we have is right now. She says radio right now.
Welcome to She Says Radio. I am your host, Stephanie Regalado. Today, Diana Carpenter, a woman of many hats, is joining us. We'll be right back after a message from our supporters to chat with Diana about her passion for women and her events and business and everything else about her. We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Deborah Wild, and like 65% of Americans, I have a pet. We love our pets. They're so cute, responsive, and loving. Maybe not that goldfish so much, but whether they bark, meow, chirp, moo, whinny, cluck, or slink, we love them. So please join me, Deborah Wild, for some fun with Wild About Pets, Saturdays at 11 o'clock on AM 630.
Welcome back to She Says Radio. I'm Stephanie Regalado and Diana Carpenter. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
As I mentioned, you are a woman who wears many hats, as a lot of us women do. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I have some great hats. Great hats. I have two small businesses that I own and run, and I have a little part-time job that's all about events. It's a lot of fun, so my life is full and busy, and as well as kids and Brian and everything else.
Well, I know about Women's Resource Partnership and actually several of your things, but what's the inspiration and the mission of Women's Resource Partnership?
Well, a few years ago, I started a company called Candidate Coaching and Pre-Screening. And with that business, really quickly, I am a recruiter and a job seeker coach. And because I was a women business owner, I got invited to a ton of networking events, which is great. Spokane is great for that. Yeah. What I realized, though, at those events, the only women that were there were women with businesses or that represented a business. And I felt like there was a missing piece of the puzzle in the market for just women to come together and support each other. And so we started Women's Resource Partnership truly to do that, to just connect women and support each other and mentor each other and help each other.
Well, and I was reading something that you said you reflected back upon your early years as a mother and feeling a bit isolated when you were staying home or trying to stay home primarily or juggling both. How has that been? Have you been able to draw women that are primarily staying at home and raising kiddos into?
Well, sometimes the word networking is scary for women that don't work outside of the home. And so we're trying to change that stigma. It's not about networking and business. It's about connecting with other women and making friends. And so the women that do come, we do have some, but it's mostly business women right now. I'd like to change that number. I'd like it to be about 50-50. That's my goal for the future, is that there's 50% just businesswomen, and then the other 50% where they're retired or just out of school or stay-at-home moms or any of that. We all need to connect with each other.
Well, and you're so right about that, to notice that in the marketplace, and particularly women, we enter and we exit and we enter and we exit, maybe many times throughout our lives due to children and just different aspects of our lives and caring for parents and such. And the idea to form that community and that every member has as much value as those that are on the shiny side, maybe a little bit with the businesses out at the other business.
Yeah, and everyone needs friends. Everyone needs a mentor, and you never know what part of you needs mentoring or what part of you can mentor until you meet someone and you start talking, and then all of a sudden you have a new friend and a mentor.
Well, exactly. And these events aren't just mingling events. You bring in speakers on an entire range of topics. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the
that's
topics?
How we started out. We were just going to have a luncheon once a month. Okay. Best laid plans change once you hear all we do. But yeah, we have a speaker once a month. We have a luncheon the fourth Tuesday of every month. And the topic next Tuesday is the ladies from Beyond Pink are coming in to speak. So they're going to talk about thermography and how that can help with women's breast health. And it's going to be really great. In July, we have Leslie Woodfield with Make-A-Wish coming in to talk about wish stories and what she does. And but we've had lots of different stories, and they're not all nonprofits, and they're not all business related. We've had organizers, we've had wardrobe ladies come in. We just, it's a lot of fun, and it's always a great lunch and always great information.
Well, and I think one of the last ones I went to is on financial planning.
Yes.
And it is different for women, and it is even a different idea for women outside of a relationship, even if you are married, whether or not you are married, the things that we need to think about. So that was very eye-opening.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to know.
I thought it sounded a little boring, I have to admit. Like,
Exactly.
but how vital it is in planning for your future.
Yeah.
Is incredible, which I have found in most of your events are really, truly supporting women in that community. So absolutely. I have enjoyed it, and I'm glad that we're here chatting about it. And since you've started, it's taken on kind of a new twist, I've noticed, with your kickback to nonprofits.
Yes, absolutely. Our goal is to help at least 20 to 30 nonprofits per year. We do that a few different ways. We help nonprofits monthly in different ways, but we also have big events, like quarterly events, where they're bigger fundraisers. We had one last Thursday for Inland Northwest Baby, Teen Closet, and Clothing Perks. We benefited all three of those. They all help children. So we basically helped get clothes in and money in for children from newborn to young adult. And they're always fun events, always a great time to connect with other women. And this one was a celebration of moms. So moms just got to come in and relax and enjoy and visit with other women.
Do you hold these at different venues, or are they at the same venue each time?
I will say most of our events are held at the Calm. For those of you that don't know, the Calm is a wine bar for women, and it just was the perfect marriage between businesses. She created a physical space, and I created kind of the virtual space where we needed to be able to go. And so it's a perfect, beautiful, relaxing spot, and they are great to us. So it's a good relationship we have with them.
And they are right near 14th and Grand.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, 1303 Grand. It's a great spot.
That is a wonderful place. I've been there as well. Great atmosphere. And really all the events, I don't know that there's ever a grump or a party pooper that comes to those events, because you come just very filled and inspired with your energy to make a difference.
Absolutely.
Also while feeding yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And women, it's a very nurturing environment that we kind of fuel in that group. Whichever women kind of show, I try to put off we are supporting other women. We're not being catty. We're not judging other women. We're very supportive. So those are the kind of women that come back, and those are the kind of women that we attract. So if you want to be around other great women, join us.
And what have you noticed? Have you noticed anything? Have you learned anything about the dynamics with women? I just heard what you said, that the women that feel that way come back. So maybe is that something that you've noticed?
Yeah, we haven't really had too much issue with that. I know that that can be an issue, that I've heard that can be an issue. I've experienced cattiness as an issue being around other women, but I will tell you, not in the last couple of years since I've had Women's Resource Partnership, because of that, because of the message we're putting out of supporting other women and really giving women an opportunity to share their friendships and their connections and their ideas and their businesses with other women. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else. So those women that are about something else don't tend to feel comfortable, so they don't come back.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It is.
I don't have to do anything.
Well, we're going to be back with Diana after a message from our supporters, so hang in there.
We've all been there. You hire a company to do a job, and then the red flags appear. The price increases, they're 2 weeks behind, or the quality of work is not up to par. Why did you trust the company? The flyer looked professional. They even had a 5-star review from somebody online. Somebody. But how can you really trust any of it? We recommend something a little more reliable. When you're looking for a list of companies you can trust, start your search with the Better Business Bureau. We've been verifying the credibility of companies for 100 years now. Just go to bbb.org and find legitimate business reviews for local BBB accredited businesses, background information, ratings, customer history, whatever you need to make a decision you won't regret later. So whether you're looking for a list of trustworthy mechanics, contractors, roofers, movers, you name it, start your search with the Better Business Bureau at bbb.org. After all, we invented this whole idea. Better Business Bureau. Start with trust. Visit bbb.org today.
Our 4-season weather here in the Inland Northwest places extra demands on your roof. What might pass as a good roof in some cities just won't hold up around here. That's why you should hire Barton Roofing for your next roof. Free estimates, written proposals, a member of the Spokane Home Builders Association, and accredited by the Better Business Bureau. BartonRoof.com. Did you know the average lifespan for a website is just 2 to 5 years? To protect your business's web investment, call Zipline Interactive. Every website, web application, and mobile app built by Zipline is optimized for tomorrow. See what Zipline can do for your business. Go to ziplineinteractive.com or call 509-321-2849. Zipline Interactive.
Welcome back to She Says Radio. Stephanie Regalado here, your host, and Diana Carpenter joins us as well. We were just chatting about all of Diana's different projects that she does for women and how amazing all that is. I realize that you're not just a one-woman team. You have a lot of amazing people that have kind of pulled into your circle. However, you are the spearheader for these things.
Yeah.
And I recently read an article about the more different little projects that we have draws even greater amount of our energy than one big, huge project. How do you juggle it all?
Oh, well, I will say it's definitely a struggle because I do a lot of different things. And it's really important for me to do them all, even though sometimes it's at the detriment of myself, to be honest. So, I'm on a board of a nonprofit. We help nonprofits as a women's resource. I do candidate coaching and pre-screening. I'm the events coordinator down at Nectar Tasting Room. So I'm a juggling, crazy person a lot of times. But when it all comes down to it, it's all about helping people and connecting people. And so I think it's all good. And I wouldn't change it for the world. When it comes down to me, I have to take a break and relax, and whether that's a massage or a nice cocktail, that might be what it is. Just to kind of a little bit of downtime. Spending time with the family is always good. I try to take some time off to do that, and that's what weekends are for most of the time. It's just to go, okay, we're just going to spend some time and do whatever we want to do and laugh and giggle and watch a movie or whatever that is. So that's kind of my time to recharge.
And during those times, are you able to transition fully into that and kind of let go of the other stuff, or do things bounce around in your mind?
Things are definitely bouncing around in my head. When I drive, I tend to think a lot.
I have that same problem. Stoplights, they're killers.
Yeah, mine is long. If I'm on the freeway, I will zone out. And sorry, that was probably bad to say, but I will zone out. And all of a sudden, I'll be like, man, I'm a genius. That was a great idea I just had. And then I record myself on my phone so that I can remember what that great idea was later, whether I do anything with it or not. But that's, and I do tend to check my emails just to make sure that, if I have anything coming up, things are not falling. So it's definitely hard. I will usually check my email. It's pretty rare that I'm not at least with a phone that I can check everything. But I do a pretty good job of at least, spending time with the family and relaxing a little bit. Yeah. After about 8 o'clock though, it's pretty rare. I'll be usually off the computer, and that's my new goal. I will say there was a time. In fact, you and I emailed about 10 o'clock at night, and we were back and forth for a good hour. But my new goal for as of this year is to 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah. We're getting off of everything and just relaxing.
Well, they do say that's very important. I've heard. Yes. And I think I need to work on that too, because I think we may have been on the computer closer to midnight.
Yeah, it was
when you were contributing. Late. It was about you contributing an article for one of the magazines. Yeah. Because you're a writer as well, and you contribute all your brilliant ideas. Yeah,
I'm thrilled to have that feature in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene Women's Magazine every time. So that's awesome.
And that's Inside the Conversation. Yeah. What is that? Or how did that start?
We wanted to get information out there about other women and ask some really fun and informative questions. So the features basically, I asked 10 questions to a local woman and see what she has to say. And they're fun and informative at the same time. But I have a great time with it. The last one, the one that's coming out here shortly, was with Ali Shoshana. She's the communications officer at Design Spike, and I wish we could have videoed that. that interview because we laughed and laughed and laughed. And she is a great woman and very, very funny. And it's hard to get that across in a magazine article.
It's hard to capture that.
But she had some great answers, and I think people will learn a lot.
How do you find these gals, and how do you choose who you're going to?
That's a good question. It's sometimes it's hard, and I just have to kind of look out into my sphere and go, who do I want to know more about, or who do I think has a great story to share? And sometimes that's asking my contact sphere, who would you like to know more about? And because I've got to interview some great women, and learn a lot of great things from it.
And as I think a fellow sister, I'll say, of myself who juggles many projects, because I keep going back to that, the energy that you have, because you're obviously a creator. When you're driving, you have ideas popping in your head, and the kind of the thrill that you get from that and the energy you get from that is another way that feeds you. So it's
absolutely, yeah.
To deny yourself of that is just as detrimental as not scheduling a massage occasionally. Yes.
I always am trying to come up with new things and really ways to. Like I said before, it's all about connecting people. And so if I can come up with something fun to do and connect people, which is why I took the little part-time job at Nectar Tasting Room. That's all about events and bringing people together and helping, whether it's with a wedding or a corporate party. It's just all people related. And so I'll do whatever. As long as it has to do with people, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, we're going to take a short break to listen to a message from our supporters. We'll be right back with a little bit more with Diana Carpenter.
I'm a Girl Scout. I'm a Girl Scout. I'm a Girl Scout.
I'm a Girl Scout. I love being a Girl Scout because it teaches girls to be leaders.
Because I get to go on cool field trips and learn about things.
Because I get to travel. I'm traveling to Europe.
I get to meet new girls and make new friends.
I like doing community service and going to Camp for Echoes. I'm ready for adventure.
I'm ready for adventure.
I'm ready for adventure.
I'm ready for adventure.
I'm ready for adventure. What are you waiting for?
Need air conditioning in Airway Heights? MyFoxSpokane.biz. Need a realtor in Reardon? MyFoxSpokane.biz. Need a chimney in Cheney? MyFoxSpokane.biz. The region's only complete local business directory. MyFoxSpokane.biz.
Hi, this is Tom and Kent from Business Talks. When your business needs a sign, we encourage you to call the same people we do. Instant Sign Factory in downtown Spokane.
Dave and his team at Instant Sign Factory have been really helpful in printing posters, banners, and signs for us.
At Instant Sign Factory, their motto is, we make you look good.
Give Dave a call at 456-3333 or find them online, instantsignfactory.com. Instant Sign Factory. The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com. Need air conditioning in Airway Heights? MyFoxSpokane.biz. Need a realtor in Reardon? MyFoxSpokane.biz. Need a chimney in Cheney? MyFoxSpokane.biz. The region's only complete local business directory. MyFoxSpokane.biz.
We're back with She Says Radio. I'm Stephanie Regalado, your host. We are here with Diana Carpenter. We are just talking. The theme is really about connecting women with most of the work that you do.
Yes.
And you have a new project, of course, because you're a creator.
Tell us on one of those drives. I had a great idea.
Apparently, she's back from a long drive. What is the registry?
Yeah, the Women's Resource Registry is basically a directory of women-owned businesses. It's a way for women to use that registry to support other women. It's also going to feature nonprofits that support women and children. Okay. So whether you are looking for those services for nonprofits or you want to support a nonprofit, you'll be able to look in this registry. And it's actually going to be a printed and online directory. So they'll be distributed at women-focused businesses throughout Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and surrounding areas, spas, the Calm, salons, places like that. So you can pick one up. It's beautiful, so you'll want to grab it. Rainmaker Creative is helping me with the design of it, and it is absolutely beautiful. And so you can take it, and it'll be a registry of women-owned businesses, so you know who to support.
Well, how do women who own businesses or they're part of a nonprofit that supports women and children, how do they get into the registry?
Well,
is it done, or are you still
we're just starting. We just launched it. After a year of planning it, we finally, the end of last week, said, okay, we're ready, let's go. And the easiest way is to go to the website, which right now is a one-page website, but Rainmaker is helping me create and it's absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to show it off. But it's really easy, womensresourcepartnership.com. And there's a link right there to take you to the registry information. And then as the website gets done, it'll have events, and it'll have the actual directory itself, the online part of it, and it'll have photos and other ways to get involved. So that's going to be your best resource to get involved with Women's Resource.
Excellent. Well, I'm all about working in publications and magazines. I know that there are expenses involved, and often to offset that, you have advertising. How are you funding the registry?
Yeah, the registry. It's a paid. If you want a business listing, there's a charge for that. If you want to have a quarter page, half page, full page ad, there is definitely a charge for that. It is not a small expense to put it out, definitely. Yeah. But I did do a lot of research and talked with a lot of people to go, okay, how do we need to keep this price down so that people can afford it? And so I'm happy with the price. I would pay it myself. If it wasn't me. So I'm excited about it.
Oh, good. That's excellent. And what have you learned through all of this? Have you learned anything new about women and how they form relationships and connections? I
think if you get a room full of women together, it's just amazing what women can do. And the women that have come, we have a core group that you can you always see at Women's Resource, and then we have these other 100, 200 women that kind of come and go as they have time, and that's the point of Women's Resource. I didn't want it to be like you have to be there, it's an attendance thing or anything. It's come when you can come. We're all busy women. If it's a fee thing, to pay and come. Some of them are free, some of them there's a charge, obviously lunch I have to charge for because I have to pay for it. But really, you get a group of women together, and it's amazing what we can accomplish together if we put our minds together and our hearts together. And we've helped a ton of nonprofits in the couple years we've been around, and in the future we just have big plans to do more and more and more and grow.
Well, one thing people may like to joke about is women in shopping or having too many clothes or
well,
too many
I had to put in a couple, really crazy fun things. Yeah.
Well, and I enjoyed a Shop Spirits and Spa event.
Shop Spirits and Spa came about from our very first speaker at our luncheon. It was Linda Davis, and she spoke about our wardrobe personality. And one of the things she said was she asked how many pieces of clothes in our closet or on our dressers and our jewelry boxes that we have that we never wear, and how much money is that? And I thought, what could we do with that? What is that? And someone said, oh, you could donate them, which is great. Donating them is absolutely perfect. But I also realized at the time it was 2012 and it's tough times. And, if you could try to make a little bit of money, I think women would be more apt to do it. And that's what we found. So this is Shop Spirits and Spa is a consignment event. You can consign your clothes, your clothing, your accessories, purses, shoes, and books. We have a big sale. We make it as easy on you as possible. We have a big sale. You keep 80% of your fees, whatever the price is, and then we donate whatever's left. So you get that opportunity to make a little money, and whatever's left go to nonprofits. The last one we did in February, 8 nonprofits were benefited by all the items that were left, and they were thrilled, and I was thrilled to give it to them. It's an awesome feeling to be able to say, you're going to need to bring a van back to do it, and to see their faces, and then to get pictures back of all the women at the facility going through those items and saying, I just got a new outfit to wear to an interview or to wear to work. And that's why I do what I do.
Well, and I was incredibly impressed with the prices and the selection, because you can shop at local consignment shops, and this is nothing against them. They have a lot of overhead. Yeah. And your situation's a little different, but the prices can still be expensive, especially with name brand material, name brand clothing and fashion. But your event I was really astonished.
Yeah, the consigners price all their clothes. I don't do it, so I give them the opportunity. It's their money, their choice, and so it's wide range in prices. And at the last event, I was pretty impressed with some of the items we have. It was pretty amazing.
Wasn't there a dress in particular that
there was a $300 dress there that when we looked it up, because the sticker had fallen off in the interim, and we looked it up, and it was a Nordstrom's dress. It was like $300 and some dollars, and it was pretty amazing that it was there. And I think it went for like $13 once we figured out how much she had put on it. So $13 for a $300 dress, and I'm not sure it ever been worn. So, and that's a lot of the fun things is there's a lot of us that have a lot of things with tags still on them in our closets, and that's a great place to get rid of them.
And it's such a great opportunity to purge as well, because that's so healthy for us anyway, to start getting rid of some of that unnecessary. You help someone else.
Fit.
Yeah.
Or doesn't look good.
Right.
Probably both.
Yeah. Diana, what are your future goals and plans?
Future goals are just bigger, more women, help more nonprofits, and the future looks bright for sure. I'm excited about it. Every time we have an event and we meet another woman, or I get an email about a woman that wants to come in, it just says, yep, I'm doing the exact right thing. Someone asked the question the other day on Facebook, if you won the lottery, what would you do? And I said exactly what I'm doing right now. And that's how I know I'm doing the right thing. If I had all the money in the world, I would do exactly what I'm doing right now, only more employees and bigger.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.